how dumb we think it is to throw your life away like that, you know, by having kids. So I said, wouldn't it be funny if I got a tattoo of a baby with a circle and a slash going through it? Like a no baby sign. We thought it was funny, but we just kept drinking. We're on South Beach doing shots. All of a sudden, the idea turns into a tattoo that says, fuck babies. And that is funny. But we just kept drinking, obviously way too much, because we wound up at the Miami Ink tattoo parlor where I got a tattoo of a guy fucking a baby. I know, it was really upsetting because those artists were so skilled. There was no mistaking what was going on in that picture, down to the tears flying out of the baby's eyes. And as soon as I got done getting my baby fucking tattoo, I stepped outside, the first people coming down the sidewalk, all excited to see me. I said, check out my new tattoo. And even as drunk as I was, the look of fucking horror on their faces told me I made a big mistake. I couldn't live with it. It wasn't long before I showed up at another parlor. And I said, give me that thing. I took the tattoo gun myself, and I drilled over that baby until I turned it into a mysterious black blob. And then I showed it to my jackass buddy, Bam. He took one look at it. He said, you should turn that blob into an ostrich. When your cover-up tattoo is a guy fucking an ostrich, that's when you know you started off with something pretty rotten. But yeah, I don't even have to think about having kids if I can't be in a healthy relationship. So one day I decided, man, you know what? It's time to get to work on becoming the man that the love of my life deserves. And I started by promising myself, when I'm on the road from here on out, no more. But everywhere I went, something popped up. And it got really hard, you know, to like turn down opportunities. Like the first trip I went on, Toronto, and there I was, just minding my own business in the titty bar. And this beautiful little 19-year-old stripper with huge real boobs just comes beelining it for me. She sticks her perfect little tushy right in my face. And when I look at it, I can see she's got my autograph tattooed on her butt cheek. And it's not easy to turn down a piece of ass with your name on it. Everywhere I went, I broke my promise, it seemed like, until it got to a point where I was like, I have a problem, and I started seeing a sex therapist. I asked him to help me change my ways, and he says, okay, on your next trip to Mississippi with the big show in the casino, as soon as it's over, go back to your hotel room by yourself and call me up to check in. So that's what I did. Did the show, back to my room, and I called him up and I said, hey man, thank you so much for being there for me. And then I hung up the phone and left. You know when you're on a diet, all you can think about is food? It was like I turned into a werewolf on the prowl for a fur burger. I went back down to the casino, stalking prey. But all I saw was just disgusting looking people smoking cigarettes on slot machines. And I'm like, this isn't gonna work. So I went back up to my hotel room and I got on Twitter. I'm thinking there's got to be a female in the area who just sent me a message saying that she wants to hook up right now. And there was totally a message like that. But it came from somebody who had no profile picture. Just a fucking egg. And you know you might be a sex addict when you invite that fucking person to your hotel room, which is what I did. I sent a private message with my room number. It said, come on over. As soon as I hit send, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? What did I just order to my room? Sure enough, a little while later, I'm hiding behind the bed, holding my breath, thinking if I just pretend I'm not here, that person will leave. But I was way too curious to do that. So I tiptoe over. When I look through the peephole, I'm like, no way, she's not that bad. I mean, she wasn't exactly good, but at this point, I don't care. I open up the door, I'm like, come on in, this is great. Maybe we'll watch a movie. So we get on the bed and I ask her, what do you do? She says, I'm a webcam whore. Part of me is thinking, this is terrible. What am I doing? The other part of me is thinking, webcam whore, cool. This will be a slam dunk. So I get confident. Right away, I start stroking her hair. But she wants to keep talking about being a webcam whore. And it gets really creepy when she says, guys can be pretty mean, because when I take off my top, I have horrible scars all over my boobs from a botched boob job. Part of me is thinking, all bad, abort mission. But the other part of me is thinking, I am a premature ejaculator, and those scars could help a lot. So let's just see how fucked up these tits really are. Maybe I'll last longer. And that's what happened. But it was incomprehensibly demoralizing. Here I was doing exactly what I promised myself over and over and over that I wouldn't do, and now I'm doing it with Franken tits. Like, how low can I go? So I go back home to my sex therapist, tell him what happened. He says, man, it's really clear you need to become sexually sober. And it's important that you start with a period of abstinence, total celibacy, which means you don't even jack off. Yeah, shit just got real. Like, you don't even jack off. I love jack. I got a crooked ass dick to prove it. Right? I think it's natural for guys to have crooked dicks, but women don't necessarily understand why. A lot of guys are thinking, shut the fuck up, Steve-O. Fucking drop that shit. But I'm gonna tell you, ladies, because I'm right-handed, my dick always looks like it's impatiently waiting for a bus that's coming from that direction. It's on that angle right there. It's because I love jacking off, and I got this guy telling me I gotta stop. He says, let's just try 30 days, no masturbating. And I'm like, man, I wanna have a good life. So I gave it hell. When I got to 3 days, if you think quitting cigarettes or drugs makes people grumpy, when I got to 7 days, I could not be trusted with a laptop computer for any reason at all. Then there I was on day 11, alone in the bathtub, just washing up. And the line between hygiene and romance got a little bit blurry. Turned out I accidentally seduced myself. And when I blew that 11-day load, I felt like I was having a fucking heart attack, man. Fucking water's flying everywhere. I glued my own eyes shut. Oh! And it was amazing, man. 11 days, wow. But I was devastated. I broke my promise again, and now I'm in despair. I think there's no hope for me. I got ambitious, man. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go for a whole year. No fooling around, no jacking off, no nutting. Not one nut for a whole year. And when Johnny Knoxville found out about this little plan, he was concerned to the point of fucking furious. He says, you trying to get prostate cancer? And I was like, dude, Knoxville, man, I'm pretty sure if jacking off was the cure for prostate cancer, like, nobody would have it. We would have never heard of it. I wasn't worried about prostate cancer, but you're probably thinking, but why would you go for a whole year without blowing a load? And it was so simple to me. I was like, because when it's time for me to be with that special woman, she deserves to know that I could go that long. And I'm thinking, when it's time for me to be with that woman, she better wear a fucking poncho, man. It'll look like a fucking Nickelodeon award show, man. Either that or a humongous marshmallow will fall out. But one way or another, we are talking Ghostbusters, man. But how am I gonna stay on the path with all these beautiful women coming to see me? I did the only thing I could. I hired a professional cock blocker. Where are you at, Scott Randolph? Yeah, man. Yeah. How many of you guys know this dude? All right. Scott and I have been traveling together for like 2 years now, which begs the question, did you pull it or didn't pull it? I pulled it off. I mean, I didn't. You know? I went a whole year, you know? In hindsight, all I really accomplished was I was exceptionally grumpy and mean for a year. You know? So now I am a dog and cat rescuing, meditating, hybrid driving, clean and sober, vegan, who is adamant about not getting. Here's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be super fucked up, okay? I don't want you guys thinking I've turned into a total pussy. This is where we make television history, okay? Let me introduce, again, top UFC fighter, American Army Ranger, and sniper, Tim Kennedy. Epic television producer, Sam Macaroni. My professional cock blocker, who I bring on tour with me everywhere I go, so don't even try it, ladies. That man will take a fucking bullet for this dick. All right, let's see the device. That's the device, okay? It doesn't look that bad. Oh, God. That device is gonna shoot darts out of it, and the darts are connected to wires. Through the wires will go 50,000 volts. Tim Kennedy, can you explain how this thing works?
Electricity. It sucks. So police officers, when they're like, get on the ground or I'm gonna shoot you, and they shoot you, that's for 5 seconds. This is 30 seconds.
While that happens, Sam Macaroni.
We're gonna see how many questions he can answer in 30 seconds while being electrocuted. All right, do you have the proper distance, Tim? Do you feel okay? Okay, great, that's awesome. 3, 2, 1. Oh! What's your neck? Are you a fucking badass? Yes. How big is your dick?
Big, not big.
How big is Tim's dick?
I don't know.
Where are we right now?
Austin.
Oh my God! Steveo, do you love these fucking people? Do you people love Steveo?
Austin, I love you. Thank you so much.